Just because the bank approve your home loan, it doesn't automatically mean you can afford it comfortably. Lulus loan and mampu bayar are two very different things. Today, you are going to learn a simple way to check your comfort budget before you commit to a 35 years loan, so you don't end up house poor and stressed every month. Here is how I know all about this. I am not a financial expert, but I observe the property market closely and I see a scary pattern. People get approved for big amount, they celebrate, but 6 months later, they are struggling because the budget is too tight. So I don't chase approval anymore. I chase comfort. I use one simple formula to check if the monthly life is still okay after buying the house. Why is this check is so important? Because without it, you might fall into the same trap as a lot of new buyers. Let me share you a quick story. Actually, this scenario is very common. There is this one couple. The bank approved them for a 2,500 monthly installment. They feel happy. They think if the bank says they can, means they can afford it. Then they start paying. But suddenly, everything else feels expensive. They have to no more eating outside, no more datings, and they stress over small bills like petrol and toll. It's not because they are bad with money. It's because the installment plus their other commitments and lifestyle already ate up to 80% of their cash flow. They are simply house rich but cash poor. We don't want you to be like them. So before you sign that offer letter, use this simple check. The first one is the leftover money, real life versus bank math. This is the first thing. Forget DSR for a second. That is bank math. You need to do the leftover money check for your real life. The question is, after paying everything, what is left for living? Do this calculation. Take your net take home pay minus all commitment, example car, PTPTN and others, minus the new home loan, and then minus fixed living costs like food, petrol, bills, insurance. The result, the amount left is your breathing room. If you only have 200 ringgit left for breathing room, your life will be miserable, even if the bank says approve. Chase the breathing room, not the maximum loan amount. The second one is, don't forget the ownership extras. Buying a house is not just paying the bank installment. Every month, you also have this mandatory costs. Example, maintenance or management fee, especially for condos or strata. And then sinking fund, fire insurance, quick rent, assessment, repair buffer. Things will break. These are not optional. So when you calculate your budget, add at least 200 to 400 extra on top of your installment for this item. If you miss this, this is why people say, eh, why every month like no money ah? And the third one, the last one is protect your buffer. Don't buy a house if it wipes out your emergency fund to zero. If after paying the down payment and legal fees, you have no money left, that is highly risky because life happens. Car breakdown, medical emergency, job change. My simple rule is, if buying the house force you to live paycheck to paycheck with no money left, it is not comfortable. It is pressure. Better to adjust, lower the house price, save a bigger deposit, or clear some debt first. Because the goal is not just to own a house. The goal is to own a house and still sleep well at night. So now you know how to check if you can afford the monthly payment. But before you even buy, have you considered if you should be renting or buying in this current market? There is a simple three-part test video that I made that you can watch right now. I put the link in the description. And if you decide to buy, I have a list. I call it as Johor Project cheat sheet. You can get the link in the description also.